Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Ella Dishes It Out. I got a little glare on my face from the light that I'm using, but welcome to my channel, Ella Dishes It Out. Today I'm going to be making some stuffed bell peppers. So here are my ingredients. Get this camera focused right, and I'm going to show you. We're going to use some ground beef. We're going to use some dirty rice, beef stock, and I've already cored my bell peppers. So, oops, dropping them. Okay, so I've already cored my bell peppers here. Camera, just the camera a little bit. So we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna set the bell peppers aside for right now. And we're going to get started with the ground beef. We're gonna brown the ground beef. So I'm gonna use probably half of this packet, I guess, of ground beef. Still kind of frozen, but we're gonna put that in the skillet over here, and we're gonna brown it, I'm sorry. We're gonna brown the ground beef. Okay, so I'm just adding it to the skillet. It'll be about 2.5 pounds of ground beef that I'm gonna be cooking. Okay, so I'm just gonna add it to the skillet over here. Break it up a little bit. So we're gonna ground the ground beef. And to this, we're gonna add onions, and it's gonna be Mexican style stuffed bell peppers, okay? So we're gonna add some chopped onions and chopped cilantro. We're gonna add some black beans that I've drained already. I rinsed and drained the black beans and rinsed and drained the corn. 1 can of corn, 1 can of black beans. Okay, I'm gonna add that to our recipe. So I'm gonna set this rest of this ground beef aside, and we're gonna ground this ground beef. Then we're gonna take this broth, beef broth, we're gonna cook our rice in the beef broth once the ground beef is done. So we can get started with the rice. I'm gonna open this packet up. We'll get started with that. Let me just grab my scissors. Open up this rice packet. Now you can use your own rice. You can use brown rice. You can use whatever rice you like, but I love the taste of dirty rice, so that's why I'm gonna use dirty rice. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook. And we'll come back when the ground beef is brown and ready to roll, and the rice is ready to roll too. Okay, now I'm cooking this. I'm gonna have to adjust my camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, so this is the ground beef. It's not all the way done. I'm gonna go ahead and add my onions and my cilantro to the skillet of meat. Cilantro and onions. Add that. Okay? Stir that around. My dirty rice is cooking in this skillet right here, next to me. Okay? So we're just gonna let this cook for a little while longer. And you can add to this, to make it more Mexican flavor style, a can of Rotel tomatoes, or I have some Harvest Fresh fire roasted diced tomatoes with seasoning in it that I'm gonna add. later on. It'll be one of the last things that we add. I've got my black beans drained and ready to go. And I've got my can of corn drained and ready to go. Let that cook for a little while longer. While that's cooking, cilantro is on my spoon. Just spoon that right back in there. Okay, my spatula. Okay, the rice is cooking. Different spoon for that. I'm going to need to add a little bit more water to this pot of rice. I don't want to add any more beef stock to it because it would make it too salty. So just add water to it. I'm going to add water to this rice, and then I'm going to cover it and let it cook. Okay, now what we're going to do is turn that down a little bit. We're going to add our tomatoes, our diced tomatoes, fire roasted diced tomatoes. Let's get that out. Okay, fire roasted diced tomatoes. Stir that all together. I'm going to add the black beans. This pot is trying to boil over. Okay, and we're going to add the corn. And I'm going to need a smaller spoon. Okay. You just stir that all together. This is hot. Turn it around. Okay, just stir all that together. This is going to be way more stuffing than we need. But it's okay because this can also be used as a dip. Mexican style dip. Without the rice. So we'll probably use half of this mixture for our stuffing mix. Once the rice is done, we'll mix it all together. And I'll save half, reserve half of it for, like I said, a dip. Dip it with tortilla chips, add some cheese to it, and you got a dip. You don't necessarily have to add cheese to it, it's just up to you. But we're going to add cheese to our stuffed bell peppers. Okay, so we'll wait until the rice is done, and then we'll come back. Okay, we're ready to mix it together. The rice, I drained the rice already. I'm going to take half of this mixture and put it over here in the rice. Do you see what I'm doing? Mixing it with the rice. Okay, mix it with the rice. Let me move this skillet back. Put this one over here so you can see it better. What I'm doing. Just switch places. Okay. And then I'm just going to mix this together. all together. I think I'll add a little bit more. I don't need that much dip. Okay. See how that looks? Looks delicious. Next thing and the last thing I'm going to add is going to be the cheese. Now, I've already grated up my cheese. So I'm just going to mix it in there. Save a little bit to top it off with. I've got my bell peppers in the oven, blanching them for a few minutes. Going to take them out. Now you can also add taco seasoning to this to give it even more of a Mexican style taste. You can add taco seasoning. You can add whatever kind of cheese you like. I use Colby cheese. You can use Monterey Jack, whatever kind you want. Okay, this is ready to roll. Now I'm going to take my peppers out of the oven. And they're ready to be stuffed. So just start stuffing them one by one. Oops, they're hot. Better not pick it up. I'm going to use a smaller spoon as well. So I'll get my spoon here and just start stuffing my peppers. Just start stuffing. This stove is hot and I forgot how hot it was. So I'm going to move these peppers off the stove. Let's see if this is hot. That's hot too. So we're going to move it to the side. Grab it and move it here to the side. This hot plate. Now I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see what I'm doing with the bell peppers. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, so I'll go back to stuffing. Stuffing the peppers. Just stuff each one. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold this camera a different way, different angle. Okay, now I got a better angle on my camera. So just start stuffing the peppers. That's all you have to do. Just stuff them. Stuff them full. Grab some more. Stuff it full. You want them to be full. Okay. More stuffing. I'm going to have leftover stuffing as well. Guess I can save that for another day. Probably freeze it. See, I'm going to have plenty left. And you just stuff each one. You want to overstuff it. Catch any that falls off to the side. Then I have half of one down here that I sliced in half. Okay. Let that stay there. Okay. Now we're going to top it off with some additional cheese. Top it off with some additional cheese. Each one. Okay, and there you have Mexican stuffed bell peppers. I'm going to pop these in the oven till they're brown and ready. Okay, I took the stuffed bell peppers out of the oven and they are ready. As you can see, they are done and ready to eat. Yummy. Thank you guys for tuning in to Ella Dishes It Out. Have a great day and bon appetit.